Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Coach Up Academy, and in this video today we are going to talk about another disorder, that is sickle cell anemia. Let's talk about with the word itself, what exactly this word is. तो sickle cell anemia, तो first word is that sickle. Sickle आप लोगों ने देखा होगा, generally is used by the farmer. It is a tool which they are using for cutting the grasses. ठीक है, so that is a sickle. We are talking about for that sickle. We are using the shape of that sickle. Cell, some cells are there, and another is anemia. So anemia is just simply simple meaning अगर हम लोग इसको निकालें तो that is a loss of blood. तो with the word itself we are getting that कि कोई एक ऐसा disorder है in which some cells are become of sickle shaped and they cause anemia. बाय द वर्ड ये हमें क्लियर हो गया कि भाई कोई एक ऐसी डिसऑर्डर है, ऐसा इफेक्ट है जो कि सिकल शेप्ड सेल्स बना देगा विच कॉजेज द एनीमिया. नाउ वेयर दिस टेक प्लेस वी जस्ट टॉक अबाउट दिस. जनरली सिकल सेल एनीमिया टेक प्लेस रेड ब्लड cells, that is the RBC, or we call them as the erythrocytes as well. What happens in this, these red blood cells, due to some mutations, so the shape of these red blood cells is changed from biconcave disc shape. These were the biconcave disc shape. Now due to some mutations, these red blood cells or erythrocytes has been changed into the sickle cell shapes. तो ये जो change हो रहा है, this caused the anemia. Now how these changes takes place and why? So the reason we just go through with the first. Of the condition, the inheritance pattern of this disorder is, this disorder is also an autosomal recessive disorder. That is, okay, the inheritance pattern of this disorder is in autosomal, related with the autosomal chromosomes, and it is in recessive fashion. That means this disorder can only express when they are in the homozygous recessive condition. As they are related with the autosomes, so we are not going to represent them with the XX or XY, as these were the sex chromosome, and this disease is not related with the sex chromosome. So ultimately we are not going to represent them with these symbols. So this autosomal recessive disorder has been represented with this HBA gives the normal condition, HBS indicates the sickle cell condition. Okay, here this HB stands for hemoglobin. This HB stands for hemoglobin. That means there is a change in the hemoglobin chain. What is hemoglobin? So we know very well. Hemoglobin is a pigment which gives the red color to a red blood cells or erythrocyte. So some changes take place at this level in the hemoglobin chain, due to which this condition occurs and person suffered from anemia. The person, we can say, when having both the genes in the homozygous condition, then only that person is suffered from sickle cell anemia, or we can say that person is affected. Whereas if they are having abnormal and normal, then we can say that person is the normal. But this person is carrier. वो carrier है जो ये जीन को ट्रांसफर कर सकता है, but they are not expressing this character. They are not suffered from this disorder. That means we are clearing that कि अगर ये condition हो, that means the homozygous recessive condition, the person can be suffered only when both the parents are heterozygous carrier. Let's take an example. Normal, affected. Let's take this as a female, affected, male. When there is a crossing occurs, that means when this one, that is normal one, another one, if we talk about with these two, that is, this is the sickle shape. Whereas if we talked about these two, and so both these two are the carrier, as they are representing this condition. So this is the genotype for the sickle cell anemia, and this is the important one because on this only they are asking most of the time questions. इस पे सबसे ज्यादा वो क्वेश्चंस बनाते हैं, आपसे जीनोटाइप दे दिया जाएगा और आपसे जीनोटाइप पे क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाते हैं. तो जनरली with this we are understanding that कि 25% are the normal, the 25% are the affected one, whereas these 50% are the carrier one. So generally these carrier one when further transfer the disorder or transmit the disorder in the recessive fashion. So with this we are getting clear that this disorder can be transmitted only when they are having the heterogeneous or heterozygous parents. Heterozygous की condition होगी, then only this disorder has been transmitted to the next generation. And when there is a homozygous condition, then only the person is suffered from this, or else they will be the carrier. Okay, so here with this we are understanding that sickle cell anemia is an autosomal recessive disorder. वो एक autosomal recessive disorder है. Other than in this क्या हो रहा है? These red blood cells change their shape from biconcave disc to the sickle cell shape. The third important thing कि their inheritance pattern is in this manner. We are understanding this कि 25% are the normal one, 25% are the affected one, whereas the 50% are the carrier. So this is the important genotype on which they are framing the questions. NEET में कई बार आपसे question पूछा जाता है. So with this HBS in this condition only the person is affected. When they are showing the heterozygous condition, then the person is the normal. Although the person can be carrier, but they are showing the normal behavior. Now what changes? What's the reason behind this? Why these all has been changes in the hemoglobin? Hemoglobin में ऐसा क्या change हुआ? So let's take about this. तो hemoglobin, what हमें पता है, hemoglobin is a pigment which gives the color to the red blood cells. Let's talk about with this. Hemoglobin, it contains the globin chain or globin molecules. With the name it indicates hemoglobin. So ultimately it contains the globin chain. It contains so many globin chains, or it contains 4 globin chains. Most probably these are alpha and beta. It may of the different types. Vary करता है, बहुत different types की हो सकती हैं chains, but most probably these are of alpha and the beta chain. अब now this is the beta chain. There is a change in this beta chain. What this beta chain is? So this beta globin chain is nothing else. It is a polypeptide chain, or simply we can say it is a protein. How the protein is synthesized? We know very well. The protein is synthesized from the mRNA, which is synthesized from the DNA. So that is this is our DNA. Let's look at this. This is our DNA. From this DNA, the mRNA is synthesized by a process transcription, and from this the protein has been synthesized by a process translation. This is the condition कि protein कैसे बनेगा, that we know. अब we are talking about for the beta chain. तो beta chain में we are talking about for the beta globin chain at the 6th position, where the protein is comprised of the amino acids. तो at the 6th position पे जो amino acid है, we are talking about for that particular location. What happens at this location? There is a amino acid. The sequence of amino acid forms the polypeptide chain. So one amino acid, that is glutamic acid, which is coded by GAG triplet codon. We know very well that one amino acid has been coded by the 3 codons for the nitrogenous bases. So this is the sequence of the DNA, as it is a double stranded. तो complementary, ठीक है, तो complementary chain होगी. So the G as bind with the cytosine with the 3 hydrogen bond, A with the T 2 hydrogen bonds, and again 3 hydrogen bonds. So this is the complementary strand. From this the mRNA has been synthesized, that is GAG. This GAG is code for a specific amino acid, that is glutamic acid. This thing is clear. In this DNA sequence, there is a mutation. The mutation occurs at the single location, or simply we can say that this single base mutation. This A is replaced by T. Single position पे हुआ है, तो single nitrogenous base mutation. तो यहाँ पे T हो गया. So because of this, जो mRNA synthesize होना है, now the mRNA which has to be synthesized, instead of GAG, now this mRNA is synthesized as GUG, and this GUG codes for the another amino acid, that is valine. तो this thing is a bit clear. हम लोग यहाँ पे बात कर रहे हैं बीटा ग्लोबिन चेन की. The beta globin chain at the 6th position, ये पूरी 6th position की बात करें हम लोग, 6th position पे क्या कहानी चल रही है. So at the 6th position the glutamic acid has to be synthesized, but due to mutation in the single nitrogenous base at the DNA sequence, the mRNA which has to be synthesized, GAG, instead of that GUG has synthesized, and it replaced the glutamic acid with valine. This valine changed the whole structure of this beta globin chain, and due to which this RBC changed their shape. And we know very well the function of hemoglobin. The hemoglobin is responsible for transfer the oxygen molecule. अब when there is a change in the shape, जहाँ पे shape कम हो गया, space कम हो गया, so ultimately they are unable to transfer the sufficient amount of oxygen. So there is a lack of oxygen in this disorder, and that we call as anemia. So just to make sure, the important thing that the changes takes place at the beta globin chain at 6th position. What changes has been there? The GAG replaced by the GUG, or we can say the glutamic acid replaced by the valine, which changes in the beta globin chain, due to which जो biconcave disc shape, जो biconcave disc shape हमारी जो cells थी, red blood cells, has been converted into sickle cell shape, and the person is suffering from the anemia. Therefore this disease is called sickle cell anemia. So यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने पढ़ा that sickle cell anemia, it is a first condition, autosomal recessive disorder है. Second, it can be expressed only when there is the homozygous condition. When there will be in the homozygous condition, then only it can be expressed, or else there will be the carrier. Another thing, how it can be and when exactly it is changed. So in the beta globin change at the 6th position. तो 6th पोजीशन पे जो अमीनो एसिड है दैट इज वी आर टॉकिंग फॉर द 6th. इसके पहले भी यहाँ पर 5 अमीनो एसिड्स होंगे and the later on itself there are the several amino acids are there, but we are talking about exactly for the 6th position. कि 6th position पर जो amino acid है and the sequence, the DNA sequence which codes for this amino acid has been mutated, and this mutation changed this A into T, and this codes for the GUG, and this GUG codes for the valine. So this is the condition which we have to undergo the sickle cell anemia. So I hope कि आपको ये वीडियो समझ में आया होगा and पसंद आया होगा. So please do hit like button and subscribe my channel too, and stay tuned for the upcoming videos. Thank you.